I'm Dwight Gow and you're watching Newcastle Fan TV.
Hello everybody, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. I'm really ill, hence the reason why the review is out really late. I've got a bit of man flu, had it for a few days. Going to the match at Turf Moor didn't help us, so yeah, I'm really under the weather, so bear with us whilst this video goes on. And let's have a look at the lineups. You know, the big news obviously with Newcastle was there was no Mourinho, and there was no him in that. I thought that was a massive blow to Newcastle because we lacked him massively in that centre midfield. What was more surprising for me was seeing Mo Diarmi in there ahead of Isaac Hayden. I thought Isaac Hayden deserved, yes, Diarmi come on and done alright against Crystal Palace. I thought to put Hayden on the bench and put Diarmi ahead of him, I thought that was wrong by Rafa Benitez. I did bring him on later on, but it was too little too late for it. Looking at the home side, you know, Burnley didn't really have a goal scorer in their ranks. You know, they had Sam Vokes who was on the bench, Chris Wood didn't make it. Barnes up top as well. You know, so looking at Burnley's team, it was expected to be that, except from a couple of changes. We got that almost spot on. Sean Dyche doesn't really change his team around. So the game kicked off. You know, Newcastle fans, as you've seen in the match day vlog, were all in fantastic spirit, absolutely fantastic, singing their heads off. Chancellor Mbemba was even in the crowd with us as well, which was a bit. I was like, wow, what's he doing? Yeah, I have to say, Burnley's home support was really quiet. I didn't expect that, mind. However, the game itself, it was dreadful. It was absolutely awful to watch from both sides. But you can see why. We said in the preview that, look, both sides don't score many goals and they don't concede many. And it was evident that further up top, both sides were lacking in attacking midfield / striker roles. Both of them were awful, and it was going to be that one goal that won it. You know, talking about highlights in the game, you might say, yeah, you say Prez's curler which Pope saved and Hostler going wide later on, and Dwight Gale coming on heading over the bar were probably Newcastle's best opportunities. Burnley didn't really test Rob Elliott. Yeah, a save which he palmed out wide. Cross comes back in and the score from. Just talking about that goal itself, Jose Perez is getting massive criticism. And I have to say, probably rightly so in this circumstances, because yes, you might say he was fouled, but I did say in the whiteboard video that, look, you cannot give the ball away in them kind of areas because he's weak on the ball, no disrespect to Perez, and it sounds like I'm picking on him, but he's starting every single game whether he plays well or not, and that needs to change for me. I know Rafa's a genius, he gets most things spot on, but he does have his faults. And that's probably one of them. Is, look, if you're going to play Jose Perez all the time, he can have a bad game and expect to start the next game. I don't think that should be the way. I think even if you brought someone in like Matt Ritchie coming in at the number 10 or mix it up a little bit. Now, to credit Rafa, I'm not having a go at him because the first time in probably a fucking long time, you went with two up top and people are twisting like, yeah, but it was too late, but at least he done it. I want to see more of that if we're in a losing position or we're in a drawn position where Newcastle need to get something from the game, because he put Dwight Gale on and then went with two up top. Brilliant to see that, Rafa. I want to see more of it. Yes, nothing come reveal, but he's live on camera, he's live on Sky, he's going to be judged, and I think you need to do it more often. Forget about his stubbornness, go with two up top. I know nothing came of it, but for God's sake, do that again in the future, please, Rafa. That's something that you did do well. I thought the selection, I know the Mourinho one not being there, but I thought, again, I touched upon Isaac Hayden, I thought he should have started. There's a lot of players who were off form. Matt Ritchie going forward was pretty poor. Atto and Spells in particular, probably the first hour was decent. Shelvey didn't really come at the game till later on. Diarmi, he was alright for the first 45, but then he started to tire out. Then again, you're probably talking about Newcastle's defence, that yeah, Newcastle's defenders are probably the better ones, but when I do the analyst goals, Florian Lejeune is at massive fault for the goal. Yes, Perez loses the ball and is absolute idiot for losing the ball there. Might say it's a free kick, some people might not. But obviously Elliott saves and it comes back in the cross. But Florian Lejeune's absolutely nowhere. When I do the analyst video, you'll see he's not even bothering getting back in the box. DeAndre Yedlin's left with two men, and then Hendrick taps it in. It sounds like I'm ranting, but I'm not ranting because I've got a sore throat, but I'm trying to, like, you know, see this from a perspective from everything that everyone is seeing, like users seeing on Twitter, users seeing on YouTube and so on. And it is massively disappointing. Going back on the court, it was quiet, which you would expect, you know. But I guess you just got to move it aside. I mean, on the positives though, You know, we're sitting in the top 10 after 10 games. That's fucking mint. That's absolutely marvellous from a side. It's probably punching above its weight because I don't think this side is a great side. It's not pretty to watch, but Rafa will get you results here, there and everywhere. You know, sitting in 10th, 9th, well, the top 10. It's absolutely fantastic, considering we've barely spent any money over the summer. Now, moving on, we've got, obviously, the Bournemouth game on the weekend. But before I have a quick chat about that, Rafa Benitez, this is what he said about the game.
It was an even game, a game that we could win, we could lose with one mistake, and then what happened? So we made one mistake, they scored, and after still we were pushing and we had some chances, but not enough. So these kind of games that you have the control of the game, you have to be sure that you create something more if you can, and you don't give the ball away in the way that we did it.
What was your take on the goal?
No, we made a mistake, and after we were out of position.
Was that Perez?
Yeah, I don't like to name anyone, but it was obvious that we didn't do what we had to do. But also on the ball, we could be a little bit better, more precise, and still we had chances, and then we have some attempts, but. These kind of games, again, I will say that you have to be sure that you are strong enough in defence, and you have to be a little bit better in attack if you want to have more chances. You could win, but they have to make a mistake, and we did it, and they take advantage of that.
I have to agree with him. It was tight and it was an even game, if you look at all the stats as well. So moving off that, we'll start focusing, obviously, on the game on the Bournemouth, probably from Thursday onwards. We've got the analyst video as well, which I've touched upon there too. Keep an eye out for that, because there is 2 or 3 players who will be heavily criticised for that goal which was conceded. But let me know what you think in the comments down there below, and I apologise about my voice. I'll try my best, but thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.